Vibes are immaculate. Absolutely loved that performance. I'm talking about the one and only Barak Jacuzzi. What a performer. Loved it.
Thank you.
I think you killed it, eh?
Thank you. I had a great time.
Yeah? Do you really enjoy performing?
I do. I mean, I used to not like it so much, when your parents make you perform for their friends and stuff like that.
Everyone's just like, oh, he can rap.
Yeah.
Start rapping.
Yeah, you're just trying to get some food out the kitchen. But I do. I love it, especially now that it's my real job. And,
yeah?
Oh, okay.
So Barak, you are multi-talented, you are an entertainer, you are a rap artist, of course. We've just seen that. Great job, as always. You are a radio host,
yes.
You're a host as well.
Yes.
So how did you discover that, I can do X, Y, Z? How did you realize all these talents?
I mean, I always knew what I wasn't good at. So it's much easier to know what you're not good at to now know what you're really good at. I like that because not many people can actually say, okay, I'm not good at this. Yeah. It's hard to accept that you're not good at something. Yeah. It's a great trait. Yeah, so I was always... I always knew how to know what I'm really not good at. So for hosting and all those things, it's all kind of one thing for me. It's all entertainment.
Okay.
So hosting, whether it's a live show at the Alchemist or wherever it be, or maybe performing, whether it's live or maybe doing radio or acting, it's all entertainment. So I kind of it's like entertainment is my girlfriend, and then the other things inside entertainment business are my side things. I'm cheating on them with.
All right. So it's obviously this is something that you've known for a while, as you said, that you knew you were good at entertaining people.
Yeah.
All right. So when did you start rapping?
I mean, I started when I was a kid, but professionally, I think I made my first song in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's still on YouTube now. It's called The Juice. It has 0 views. I don't know why people still don't want to listen to it now, but I thought maybe when I get famous,
everyone's going to listen
back.
to it.
It still has 800 views.
Stalk you and then go back to...
Exactly. Nope, none of that. So it's still on YouTube now. And yeah, I made that in 2012, and then I kind of didn't make music for a couple years.
Why?
Well, that song didn't do too well, as I just told you. So I was I don't know. I don't really know if it's a thing.
Am I really meant for this?
Yeah, so
I
went back to hosting parties and really focusing on other sides of entertainment. And then when I came back to Kenya in 2015, that's when I took it serious and now dropped my first project.
Okay.
And that's when it really started to pick up.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So, you've been doing this for, I think, 6 years now, professionally, right?
Yeah.
And you were obviously raised in the United States of America, right? But you wanted to come back home.
Yeah.
Why is that so?
Well, I was born and raised in South Carolina, and it's no LA or Atlanta, as you can imagine. But on a serious note, I just would always come back and forth as punishment to Kenya. And
as punishment?
Yeah, because
really?
I would throw parties, and they would get really... they would get a lot of people, but with a lot of people comes a lot of responsibility, and things would happen.
Okay.
Whether it's a fight or whether it's let's just leave it at things would happen, and I would be the one who was responsible. I got my name on the paperwork and all of that, so my parents would send me to Kenya. So when I would come over here for the summers or a year, I realized how incredible the entertainment scene is here, because I'd always I shouldn't say this, but I was in the club, as a young kid here. So I got to see how much fun it is and how progressive it is. Yeah. And I told myself when I'm, of age and I can, defend for myself and make my own living, I'll move back and build my own
legacy.
My own legacy here, because my parents had already left, so there was not much for me to grab from them here. So I was I'll start from scratch and just make it happen.
All right. And I did some Googling, and Google lies. Just by the way, he's not a pianist. I honestly thought that he would be out here, just playing the piano with his eyes shut. No, that's not the case. He said that he can, though, a few songs here and there.
Here and there.
But your mom's also somebody.
My mom plays what?
Yeah, she's from the musical family as well.
Yes.
So you are born into this background.
Yeah. My mom, she's super into music. She plays the guitar, plays piano. She can pretty much pick up almost any instrument and just kind of at least catch a vibe. But I know piano and guitar she does extremely well. She sings as well. And my dad, he's a psychologist, he's a therapist, but he was also for maybe a decade of my life he had a church.
Okay.
So he's a preacher. So that's entertainment to me. I always saw that as entertainment because every Sunday there's this group of people that are listening to this guy talk, kind of what I do. Yeah. So I got to take a lot of different things from them and use it into my own life.
Amazing. So you picked up, bits from your dad, bits from mom, and then combine them. Yeah. And here you are.
And here I am.
Love it.
They want me to be Bahati, but here we are. Yeah, why can't you be like Bahati? I'm like, have you guys met Bahati, honestly?
Yeah, but it's okay.
That's my guy.
I feel like Barak is cooler.
Thank you. Thank you. No offense, Bahati. You're my guy, Bahati.
So Barak, tell me about, your training in terms of your vocals. Have you had any training? Have you gone to school where you can actually get trained as a vocalist? Any of that?
No, I haven't, but it's something that I've been wanting to get into now that I'm in these later years. Well, not later years, but now that I'm evolving more into my craft. I've been wanting to really get into singing lessons, just to take it to the next level and just get better. As you can tell, my voice is a little hoarse. I was in the club last night.
Okay.
Doing my job, and I do want to take it to the next level, but I haven't.
Yeah, not yet. Natural. All right, but that's something that you're hoping to do in future.
Yeah, I definitely want to do it. I keep hearing it from a lot of mentors of mine that it's always good to expand and just build on what you already are good at. So I have a nice voice, so you should learn how to use it and duplicate it better. And it's scientific actually. So
let's talk about when you came back to Kenya, right? Of course, you had to start from scratch. You had to make
nobody.
Yes, you didn't know anybody. You didn't have any networks, connections. Living in the UK, South Carolina, and then coming to Kenya. I'm sure it was difficult. What are some of the challenges that you encountered along the way?
Well, I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy difficult. I mean, one, I didn't know nobody. So I was just super hungry. I would just go to rap ciphers and competitions, and I was auditioning for everything. I remember there was a thing called Noki Don't Break the Beat. I did that, got a lot of traction. I met a lot of the people that I know now through those things, like Octopizzo, and a lot of great people that are still relevant to this day. DJ Joe and Flyman, Azizi. Frasha, and then there was competitions for radio. I think Capital FM was having this competition for radio presenters, and I was trying out for everything. Yeah. So through that, I started meeting everybody.
You started networking.
Exactly. And you know me. I walk in the room. You're gonna have to notice me a little bit.
You're a social butterfly.
Whether you like me, you're gonna notice me. So, but most everybody did like me, and it really happened seamlessly through the last 6 years. And it just kind of just worked out the way I met the right people. You just meet the people that need to meet you, and you should be friends with them. They should be friends with you, and that's how it
as they say,
out.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. I remember when I first came back, Shopperman was a club mentor. I called him a club mentor because I didn't know anything about the Nairobi scene. I didn't know that people party for days on end. I didn't know that clubs, especially this before Corona. So in South Carolina, the club closes at 2 sharp.
Exactly.
Sharp, it's over. But here, you before Corona, you could leave the house at midnight 2, and you're gonna be there till about 4 or 5. So I didn't know anything about that. So it was so much that I learned, hanging out with Shopperman my first 2 years. And then it was funny, we always laughed, because after the first 2 years, I was always the guy people would tell me, can you take a picture with me and Shopper? And then after about a year or so, people would stop shopping and be like, hey, can you take a picture of me and Barak? And we would just be there laughing this is crazy. So shout out to my boy Shopper, man.
Hey, okay. So Barak, tell us about your transformation and your evolution. Started off as a rap artist, moved on to becoming a host, and then of course now you're a radio presenter. What do you like to do most? What do you enjoy most?
Ooh, I like hosting parties the most.
Okay.
I like party hosting the most. If I could do it in order, and that's tough. If I could do it in order, I would say hosting parties like club gigs and shows. Then I would say, rapping at clubs and shows, because it's always fun being the rapper. I love putting on this rapper thing, because people just treat rappers differently.
Absolutely.
It's just a vibe. So rapping at shows, then after that I would say hosting at shows, and then after that I would say acting. No, I would say radio, because radio is really fun, and then acting, because acting is super hard. So many takes. People think it's maybe they don't think it's hard, but I found out that it's extremely hard, because you do 1,000 takes. And that'd be that order. I don't know if I'm missing out anything else that I do, but in that order.
Piano here and there.
Yeah, and of course playing the piano. I'm a pianist. I had to even say I'm not a pianist, people. I don't want anyone to think that I don't want to get no piano bookings. Please don't book me to play piano at your wedding.
When it comes to the rap scene in Kenya, is there an artist that you'd love to collaborate with in future? Somebody that you'd want to work with?
I don't think they're in Kenya, but I love Matata right now.
Okay.
It's a Monday, but I'm on a Friday vibe, you know.
I see what you did there.
I love what they're doing. I love that they're bringing the dance element really to the front page. It's really how they're selling themselves is through their dance, and I think that's an incredible angle, and I just love their vibe. I've met, I think, all of them at different times because they keep coming at different, they haven't all come together, but I've met them, like a couple of them when they were here, and I love them. So yeah, Matata, and me and Nviri have been cooking up some stuff, so I can't wait to put some of that out. And yeah.
And what about any female artists that you'd love? I know you're friends with Xenia, of course.
I was about to say I could just start naming them now. But I definitely was in Karun's DMs just the other day. I told her we needed to hop back in the studio because she was on my last project. We did a song called Come Over. And me and Xenia have a song that's fire. I'm still begging her to let me have it. So Xenia, let me get that song. And then me and Tanasha have some stuff that we're cooking up as well.
Oh, so, Tanasha. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I know you're friends with her, and you guys go way back, right?
Way back, yeah.
From Energy Days, and you know that's how you started.
She's one of my first friends that I met. Yeah. Yeah, just by chance, and then we just clicked. And it was before she was who she was, and before I was who I was. So we kind of grew. So will we
get to hear a Tanasha Barak collabo in future?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, we did radio. That was the first one. I have a song on her EP that she's dropping extremely soon. It's already done. It's gonna. I know this EP. She's going to the moon with this one. Okay. So now, and then we have one that we're working on for my project. That whenever she gets back from Nigeria, the Niger gal, we'll finish it up.
All right. Looking forward to that. And you know, Barak, let's talk about you as an artist. You know, when you got your big break. I heard, if I'm not wrong, Octopizzo is the one who signed you under his label, right? Yeah. How was that experience? You know, I'm sure you must have learned a lot from him as he's a pioneer of rap in Kenya, per se, one of the first rap artists that we've had who has really just gone viral, and of course he became fully blown into this artist that he is today. Yeah. So how was that like? How's the experience? Did you enjoy it? What did you learn from him?
It was amazing, man. I mean, you know, it was humbling because when I met Octo, I was super unknown, super raw, didn't have any songs out yet. You know, I was just freestyling and doing these freestyle battles. But, you know, I guess there was something about our energies that clicked. And what did I learn from it? We did, you know, so many shows. You know, Octo, his work ethic is crazy. Like he drops, you know, probably like 2 albums a year, but he already has like 8 albums ready. So even when he's dropping his music, it's like probably a year old, you know, unless he just makes a new song and he wants to throw it on the album. But he's already like a machine that's ready for the next 10 years. Right. So I learned a lot about just prepping your rollouts, your music, and also how to perform. Like his breathing is crazy. Like, you know me, I'll start sweating. He can do maybe an hour straight without sweating. I don't know if it's his if it's in his Luo blood or what Nyago is going on, but and also how to do it without playback. You know, he doesn't do playback. He does all his music just instrumentals, and he put me on some of my first big stages. You know, so he really got me over the shock of being in front of a lot of people or on TV or in front of big crowds or dead crowds. You know, I got to be on all types of stages because I was his hype man for 2 years, and we was everywhere. We went everywhere in Kenya, and it was amazing. So shout out to my boy Octombido, number 9, gang gang, A-Town.
Awesome. And you know, as we wrap up, what is the one thing that you'd like to tell your fans out there, people who are watching, of course, people who supported you from day one, and maybe you could also give them a word of advice in terms of what they need to do to break through into the rap industry in Kenya?
Word, man. Well, you know, first of all, right when I got to the gate, I ran into some fans. And they started, you know, it was like 5 dudes, and they didn't recognize me at first. I don't know if I was on the phone, they heard me, but they were like, oh, Jacuzzi, he's an icon. They started taking the phones out, and we took pictures, and they got in trouble. So one dude got taken away. So I hope he's all right, my guy. I hope you're all right. I was even telling when the producer came to get me, I was like, what about him? Because I felt bad, so I'm going to go check, make sure he's not still there. But what I gotta say to my fans, you know, thank you guys so much for growing with me and supporting me. You know, I kind of feel like an alien sometimes because I'm not the typical Kenyan artist. Right. So I'm not a Genki Tono artist, but I'm not a Kilimani or you know, East Lando artist or. So you know, all my fans that rock with me, I know it's real love because I'm a very untypical artist. So I really love my fans that love me. So you know, thank you guys. And if you guys are getting into music or whatever you're pursuing, I think it just takes super consistency. And you know, if you really stay consistent, the rest will work itself out. And you stay loyal to good people, and good things will happen to you. I think a lot of times people aren't loyal, however you may take it, whether they're not loyal to their family or to their friends or to their craft. But if you stay loyal to, you know, your family and your friends and your craft, it's gonna happen.
You're gonna go places.
It's not gonna happen today.
Yeah.
It may not happen tomorrow, and you might work for Octopizzo for free for 2 years as a hype man, but you know, then you're gonna be on KBC with Shiksha, you know, on Friday night, 6 years later, so you never know.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was an absolute pleasure. You know, you're amazing. We wish you all the very best in your future projects. I see immense talent in you. I'm always going to support you, so keep it up, and yeah.
Thank you, and when I drop some new stuff, I have a whole bunch of stuff that I can't really talk about, but I'm working on some dope stuff, and I can't wait to come
We'll talk about that in the next show.
We're going to talk about it in the next show.
And that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for tuning in right here on #Easy Friday. We'll do this again next week, same time, same place. Until then, keep smiling, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll hand it over to Cole Jacks.